did you have to know?
All right. Oh, by the way, great job on your assignment this weekend, buddy.
Yes or no?
Huh?
What
Are
assignment?
you being facetious?
What assignment?
I'm guessing you're...
What the hell are you talking about?
What? What'd you say?
He invited me to something tonight.
Please go to my PT.
Would you like?
Are you being facetious?
Yes.
Are you eating my facetious?
Would you please feed my flea stack?
All right. Anyway, yes, I am.
you.
Right.
Sorry.
About what?
Did you put any effort into this?
I spent a lot of time trying to get that to
Oh
make
my
sense.
God, it's embarrassing.
What was it? What are you talking about?
Oh God,
He had an assignment.
Wait.
I don't
I
remember.
didn't want it to sound like everything. I tried to just, play with it.
Couldn't find it, Lou. The page.
Damn it.
The hell?
Well, what the hell in the
All
cockle duty?
right. There were other things that needed to be found. Cannot find them.
Right.
So we have news.
Or people die.
We have rules.
Or people die.
Oh, God.
Doggy do. Who? What? I thought I have not been on the air for a while. I'm going to get a few dunks today. All right?
That's what you thought?
Yeah, I thought something's going to go down because I've been
All
swearing.
right, let's move on.
Yeah, let's go. This woman in New Jersey.
No, wait a minute.
Oh, okay, sorry, not yet.
God.
Moving on.
Damn. We have a choice.
Or people die. Stop it. Moving on. Go ahead, bud.
We got the news. There's a lot of it.
Right.
Or there's this assignment that I gave Bonehead over here.
The news can
To do.
wait. I'm dying to hear what this
Oh,
assignment
my
is.
God.
What is this?
Anytime I give Lou an assignment, you just know it's going to be done. I said,
Sure.
Lou,
Perfect.
We're doing the show on 9/11.
Yeah.
And for the people just tuning in, we were ready to do that show.
Oh, yeah.
I got suspended. Elvis was suspended along with me.
But I got paid.
He got paid. I did. We wanted to do the 9/11 show.
Yeah.
So that was all prepared. Lou had all that prepared, and then we were going on vacation. And I asked Lou to just do a few things. Can you have Gallo do a bit?
George, right.
Yep. He's got it done. I said, there's a couple topics I want to talk about, and can you get this guest and this guest? And he got them all. And I said, do
Beautiful.
me one other favor here, Lou. I said, Lou, make up a little story that with sound effects might be kind of funny. Like this, the story would be boring, but with a bunch of sound effects, it would be hilarious.
Oh, gotcha. Okay. Yeah, I love that.
And let Rudy do the sound effects because he's got Pro Tools.
Oh, yeah, of course.
So Lou was supposed to just do a dorky, and Lou said, give me an example. I said, once upon a time, there was this guy, he's walking down the street, something rolled out in front of his bike, he flipped, he turned, whatever, and then Lou goes, all right, I'll take some of those, and I'll just run with the rest.
Okay, got you with the story, right. Mm-hmm.
So he did his,
Great. Go on.
hands it over to this guy.
And? What? What do you guys... Oh, no.
And every time Lou said something, like if Lou said, this guy walks out of the house, you're supposed to hear it.
Exactly. The sound
Thank you.
effect is supposed to accentuate the
Right.
story.
And then the guy's walking down the street.
Right.
And we have sound effects
And you
for
see, here's a car.
everything. Yeah.
Right.
Right.
Car goes by. All right. So here's Lou.
That's easy.
Here's Lou's story first.
Yeah.
One day, a fat man was riding his bicycle down Fifth Avenue with his pet duck under his arm. Both sides of the streets were filled with people pointing and laughing at the fat man and his pet duck. The fat man was embarrassed. He turned away in shame, and he did not notice a small cocker spaniel crossing the street who proceeded to get tangled in his front wheel spokes.
Oh, no.
The fat man went flying into the air, sending him and his pet duck falling into opposite directions. The fat man crashed through a window of a Haagen-Dazs factory, landing into an enormous vat of Rocky Road ice cream while his pet duck splashed face first into a bucket of black paint.
Oh.
The fat man was up to his neck in Rocky Road ice cream and began sinking. He soon realized that he would have to eat his way out in order to survive. He feverishly began to chomp down on the marshmallows.
And I'm sure the listeners can hear in their mind the on the chomping, and then he flew,
Or the duck. Quack, quack, quack,
and
quack,
then when he hits the windows,
Yes.
and
It's
then
obvious.
there's a million sound effects. He
Sure.
could put a sound effect almost on everything.
Duh.
Every time you hear a duck, I should hear a duck quack, and every
you.
time.
Oh, that's just too much.
What do you mean?
Oh,
it's too
so
much?
it's.
No, I'm just. My opinion was if that's exactly how you
Here we go.
wanted it.
Here we go.
that's exactly how
Let's
you
play
wanted it,
Rudy's opinion.
Then
Okay.
I did not.
We can
do
just
what you
play your
wanted.
opinion.
Then just play my opinion.
This is Rudy filling in the sound of Lou's story.
This is, he had he had a week and a half, right?
You're not going to believe
He
this,
had a
Elvis.
week and a half.
It was about a week and a half, yeah.
How long did it take you to do this, by the way?
A couple hours.
Hey, you know
You
what?
liar! You know what he did? He just let the sound effects CD go on play.
Yeah, you just played them both.
What?
That's not true.
What?
It sounds close to it. Listen to this.
Oh, no!
One day, a fat man was riding his bicycle down Fifth Avenue with his pet duck under his arm. Both sides of the streets were filled with people pointing and laughing at the fat man and his pet duck.
What? You're not. What the hell, laser beams?
My cartoon image. I was
You
listening to.
lazy bastard!
No, it's
then
not
you
lazy.
make the sound effects up.
That's not what I. Is that what I did?
No, he's telling you what you should
have
do.
done. Get
If you don't
creative.
have the effect.
Make them or go buy them
You
or
know what?
something. You lazy.
You threw in a sound effect before he even started speaking.
Play it from the beginning again. That is lame.
One day,
Oh, so that means the daytime. Is that the sun? One day. Oh, my God. Is that the sun walking?
That's one day.
That's a Fred Flintstone doing his little...
one day,
You're terrible. You're the worst board-off sound effect maven ever. You deserve to die for that one.
It gets
You
better.
suck.
No, it does not.
You're terrible. You're a bad person.
You're just throwing in sound effects anywhere. They don't
Honestly,
match to anything.
I tried to match. I had this.
You did?
I did. I was trying to find because honestly, all that stuff sounds so
please.
overused.
Do
I didn't
you
wanna
hear
use
when
a lot
he
of
does
it.
Mr. Profanity and I drop in the sound
Yes.
effects? That is,
Of course
it's
I heard
very difficult to do, but
Yeah,
you just
take
have
time.
you have to take time.
You have to give a damn.
You have to listen. You have to hear the duck and then match up the duck sound effect,
Right.
and then move on to the next one. And that's what Pro Tools does for you. It allows you to overlap.
Right.
Well, I ended up not doing it at home. I ended up doing it here in
don't-
the
there's
studio
no-
because
there's no
there was
excuse.
more stuff to work with, and I just did it here. I didn't use the Pro Tools, but the program doesn't matter.
You were lazy and you did it the day you were given it and you walked out of
Okay,
here.
so yeah, that's
No,
part
it's
of the
not true.
problem.
I
You
spent-
brought it in here, and instead of taking time to do this and do it right, you just last minute threw a bunch of sound effects in.
I wouldn't
Let's
call
listen
that
to the
shit.
sun again.
Yeah, here we go.
one day,
What? Rudy, a lazy bastard. That's terrible. One day.
one day, a fat man was riding his bicycle down Fifth Avenue with his
Wait. Let's just take
Maybe I wrote
one day a fat man and see how these sound effects
Fine.
match or why he put these sound effects to it. One day a fat man. Let's just concentrate on that.
One day, a fat man was riding.
Come on,
Jeez.
fat. There you go.
got hit?
Bong.
It had nothing to do with it. Then
How
you
is
do a
that
oink
fat?
oink or something. Come on. Or play your mother screaming or something about fat.
One day, a fat man was riding his bicycle down Fifth Avenue with his pet duck under his arm. Both sides of the streets were filled with people pointing and laughing at the fat man and his pet duck.
Oh, no, the fat man sound effect changed.
A duck. I got.
Where's the laughing?
Where's the duck?
I didn't want to use any of the laughter. It was awful. It was just. I was.
But that's
It's
No,
laughter.
that one I told you. I go, hey, there's a whole bunch of funny laugh sound effects
there are.
on here. There's a bunch of them.
I didn't like them. I'm
Oh,
sorry.
please, you are lazy.
So you'd
Wait,
rather
laser
put.
beam?
I'd rather. Yeah.
You liar.
Honestly,
You're
I'd
lazy.
rather it be. What's the word I want to use?
You have to do this over, you know. Oh, you do. You have to do this and spend some time on it tonight. That's your assignment.
The fat man was embarrassed.
Okay.
He turned away in shame and he did not notice a small cocker spaniel crossing the street who
Why are you doing the lumber
Yeah,
creak?
you are lazy. You
Why
just
is it's
push a
lumber
button.
creaking?
A couple hours on this? You just let both of them fly.
No, I didn't let him fly.
You
I,
did too.
I pulled a lot of stuff in. I was trying a lot of different
But
sounds.
it makes no
trying to-
sense.
Well, duh.
Why didn't you try and make some
Have you,
sense?
did you listen to the context of the
It's
story?
terrible. The story.
Oh, the story
follow
gave you
story.
plenty to go with. Trust me.
It was almost too much. It was almost. It was
No, but
too
that's the
much.
thing.
It was deafening.
No,
it didn't
that's
sound-
liar.
That's the thing. Remember when we
Edited.
talked? Remember, Lou? I just wanted to hear all kind of sound effects that matched everything that you said, and he was going slow enough to give you an opportunity to do that.
Okay.
But he was embarrassed. He was embarrassed, and you put like a click, like a firecracker.
It was like
He was embarrassed, and there was a click.
I thought of like the embarrassment, like, ooh, what's the face? What's this? What does that face sound like? I mean, you
Seemed to get tangled in his front wheel spokes. The fat man went flying into the air, sending him and his pet duck falling into opposite directions. The fat man crashed through a window of a Haagen-Dazs factory.
Haagen-Dazs? And you go, howdy.
So a window crash is.
Yeah, this is just Hanna-Barbera. You didn't look for any other sound effects. You were lazy. Lazy.
I lost my mind putting this together.
You were lazy. Just admit it.
Landing into an enormous vat of Rocky Road ice cream while his pet duck splashed face first into a bucket of black paint. The fat man was up to his neck in Rocky Road ice cream and began sinking. He soon
This is the
realized
worst thing I've ever heard.
Who's doing the running here?
This is the worst.
that he would have to eat his way out in order to survive. He feverishly began to chomp down on the marshmallows, almonds, and chocolate ice cream that surrounded him on all sides. All the while, the Haagen-Dazs employees above him laughed at him and poked him with sharp sticks to keep him from coming up. Meanwhile, across the street, the fat man's
that one was
pet duck
okay.
made his way out of the can of black paint
He
and
got
began
lucky.
to search for his friend. He soon came across a gang of racist...
What was the boner for?
I don't know. Let's go to Matt. Matt, how are you?
Honestly.
What's going on, bud?
For you gentlemen.
You good? Thank you. How you doing?
Good, good. I think you guys should put this up as a listener contest. We have 1/2 hour or less to see if we can beat this piece of crap.
Yes.
Nice one. And then it
Yes.
gets a consequence.
Hey, great call. Maybe
Thanks,
no, I'll give you like a week.
Yeah.
Even with Pro Tools, this is hard. It's a hard assignment.
It is.
But you have to want to do a good job for the show.
You have to
That's
give
all.
Give a damn.
That's
I
all.
wanted to do a good job. I just
But didn't.
Well, apparently, according to you, no. But
Important to me.
important to you.
Important to me. Yeah.
Apparently, a pint of pudding to you.
If it was good, yeah, I think we'd all be giving you some props.
Yeah, I
It's
know.
not good. Let's go to John in Jersey. John, how are you?
Doghouse.
What?
What did he do? Did he go to HannahBarbera.com and whack the soundboard?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah.
Phone to it, you know?
No.
Yeah, he did. He just went the cheap and easy way. Thanks, man.
Yeah. Well, we honestly gave him, the CDs, and they're Hanna-Barbera.
Yeah.
Right.
But
On purpose.
the caller, no, because if I would have done it, or someone else, the last caller, if he would have done it, he would have matched the sound effect to what the story is saying.
Right.
What that caller was saying was, did he just go to Hanna-Barbera and hit play?
Right.
That's what it sounds like.
Sure.
But no, I didn't.
You actually spent time on that.
I
And that's
spent
what's
time
scary.
looking- well, yeah.
That's what's screwed.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, Pedro in Brooklyn. What's up, Pedro?
Hello?
Yeah.
Doghouse.
What?
I don't know about you guys, but I personally found Rudy's incompetence hilarious.
Well, the incompetence is hilarious, but, he didn't do the assignment properly, so whatever.
We'll listen to the rest of it going into the break.
All right, cool.
White doves mistook him for a black crow. They began to beat the living him. The duck knew he couldn't fly, but he began flapping his wings anyway, hoping to get away from the gang of bigots who were now biting at his webbed feet and kicking at his duck bill. Soon the mob chased him into the street, where cars began crashing into one another to avoid him.
Jetson's vehicle.
Gasoline overturned on top of an open manhole, exploding and causing a chain reaction into the gas mains underneath the whole city. The duck was being beaten over a manhole when it exploded, sending him way up in the air. He couldn't believe it. He was finally flying. He looked down and saw his friend in the vat of Rocky Road and began flapping towards him as he fell. He landed in the large container of ice cream right next to the fat man who was still eating the Rocky Road while being poked by sharp sticks from the people above. Instead of eating, the duck
only thing it
wrapped
got
his
was the
webbed feet
poke.
around
Yeah,
the collar of
and
the
the-
fat
and the
man's
eating.
members-only jacket and began flapping his wings incessantly. "You can't fly, you dumb exclaimed the fat man. "Start eating this and help me out of here." The duck ignored him and kept flapping his wings.
Whoa.
Soon the gas main underneath the vat of Rocky Road exploded, sending the fat man and the duck sailing into the air away from the angry Haagen-Dazs employees with their sharp sticks. All eyes in the city gazed up in amazement, seeing a fat man covered in Rocky Road ice cream being flown to safety by a black painted duck, whose smile from ear to ear could be seen by all from the ground as they sailed away into the sunset.
I heard that one 40 times already.